Hey everybody, it is Elsid932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. We are here once again for another recap of Love is Blind Denver. Episode 7. We start off with Joe and Madison. He has no clue what's going on and goes back to bed. He is still chocolate covered wasted, as they say in the movie, out in Mexico. She is crying outside. He's in the bed. He won't get up and go check on her. He's like, why don't you come here? I said, dude, far be it from me to mess up with your relaxation moment. Okay. So he's not getting up to check on her. He asks her to come inside. She comes inside. She gets in the bed. He leaves the bed. What are we doing? Then he's looking for food. He's like, did dinner come? Did they give us any dinner? Joe, you're going to get Netflix upset with you, okay? But he doesn't know why she's embarrassed. He is laughing, but saying it's not funny. How do you... It's not funny. There's something off with Joe, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. Put it in the comments for me. He's like, I don't know why you're doing this. He doesn't know what she needs. And she's like, I've told you 6 times. Madison, give it up. This ain't the time to talk to him. He ain't want to talk about it. But he talks to the camera. And he's looking all over the place talking to the camera. And he has no idea what she wants. Joe, I need you to sit still. I have never seen a fidgety person who is, drunk. I've never seen them this fidgety. I'm sorry, Joe. Calm down. We see Allie and Anton. He says, he will let his daughter paint his nails because she's like, have you ever painted your nails? He's like, heck no. Why would I? Then she's like, have you ever had makeup? And he's like, why would I? Okay. She said his eyes will pop with makeup and she'll put his makeup on him. Why are you trying to change this man? Why are you trying to change this man? Megan and Jordan, she says today was a lot. And he's like, what was a lot? She's like, hey. It was a lot of stuff. Everybody meeting everybody and seeing people from the pods and interacting. But they do agree that Nick and Annie make sense. Megan wants him to be more there for her. She's like, I want us to be the power couple. We need to connect more. Megan, it sounded like you're here for what it looked like, not what it is. But she felt like they weren't connecting. He's like, well, then who did you think was a power couple? Because if you don't think it's us, who do you think? But Megan felt that he was there more to hang with the guys than with her. He said he'll try to do better. The song they play is I Will Be Different because Jordan is promising to be different for Megan. The next day, we see KB and Edmund. He is thankful, that, she is here, that she is giving him a chance. And, KB says he knows why she wants to wait. He said he wants her so bad and he craves her. She's like, I crave you too, but hey, we've been in love 2 or 3 times. We could wait. He's also been in love 3 times or so. She says she is stuck a little bit on yesterday and she may struggle getting over the whole conversation, but they will work on it. And y'all, I feel like KB's pulling away. I feel KB, she's now leaning away from him. We saw no physical touch at all. She's sitting away, not touchy. I think she's really pulling away. The song they played is Waited My Whole Life to Feel These Butterflies. Now, if you've been on the channel for a while, you know I don't like these butterflies. Or I think butterflies aren't a fairy tale response. Butterflies are telling you get the heck up out of there. Okay? It's a run response that is required, is what butterflies are. Next up, we see Nick and Annie. They talk about family and ping pong games. She says her mom would beat him up on ping pong and her dad wants a manly man for her. Okay. And he equates that to finding a stud in the wall. And I said, ooh, okay, with all the jokes out there, finding a stud, is that the joke you really want to go for? Production, you're messy. Production, you're really messy. But she does the whole boop, boop, boop. I found a stud, looking at him. And like if she's, finding him, he's the stud. He says his family will love her. She checks all the boxes for the family. Is she ready for the holidays and all that chaos? And he just wants to make sure that she is ready for all of that. She's excited that he's coming to the city, and he expresses that his area, it has basically the same things. You can walk to restaurants. You can walk and do stuff around. There is lots to do. It's just as in the mountains. But they talk about how much they both work and they need to have a work-life balance. Okay. The song they play is 'Cause I'm Waiting on You. Now, Madison and Joe, She woke up away from Joe. Okay. She says she was feeling sad. She was missing him because she let him sleep it off in another room. But she's the one apologizing. She's apologizing if she didn't do what he needed. And I'm like, what are we apologizing for? You came there to help him. He didn't want it. He acted a fool. Let it go. But he says he will do better as well, to get back to the pods feeling. And I'm like, this is not the pods. And Madison was the same way. This ain't the pods. This is real life. I said, girl, he want to go back to the pods because he don't want to see you. Because we already know her aesthetic. He already said he ain't into bigger girls. He wants the pods so he can close his eyes and not see you. He is also in this, like, breaking out in like little little laughs at the wrong times. I'm like, what is going on with Joe? I'm uncomfortable. He says he's not looking at her while he's apologizing. He's looking all the way down. What's so intriguing on the floor, Joe? She also sees him not smiling, and and I'm like, girl, him not smiling doesn't mean he's actually serious and contemplative. It looking sad. But he says he loves her. Okay, they share I love yous. And the song they play is We Can Start Again. So I guess we're starting again with them. So we have another couples mixers and the ladies chat. Madison says, they have great smecks, she and Joe. Okay. Allie says they have not had an argument yet, but she will address things if needed. KB said that they did argue. They learned so much about, herself. And I'm like, you didn't learn something about the both of y'all? But she was challenged. She felt she was challenged. Then Megan says, everything is, happening on the front end, and she's so glad it's not waiting till later. But she never wants to never have an argument. Now, Annie's sitting there quiet, looking away, because she don't want to be a part of this conversation because she and Nikki ain't had an argument yet. But y'all wait for it. Now, the guys chat. Anton says he's in a perfect relationship. Okay, we don't want to hear that. Edmund said they're really good. They learned so much about each other. It was their first conflict, and he said, hey, KB's a cool cat. And all the guys agree that KB's a cool cat. But I like that he did not give the specific topic of the argument. He ain't letting them know it's about her celibacy. Or, production, did you edit that out? Okay. So Nick said they are match made in heaven. So Joe laughs and says that Nick and Annie are into each other. Now he gives that nervous twitch thing, and he's always looking away and rocking. Joe, get it together. Nick says she's all in and he will marry her tomorrow, and she will also marry him tomorrow. Joe does say, hey, they had a hiccup and they, got back on track. He got drunk. He slept it off in another room. And Jordan says, he was told he was annoying the last time. That was a gut punch. He does understand, but he would like a gentler approach to telling him he was annoying. And they discussed their work schedule. But it seems like he's fixated on how she said it, that he was annoying, that her choice of words, rather than the fact that she corrected him. Now, Jordan says she's moving from LA back to Denver. Remember, we wondered how many of these people are actually from Denver. But it seems like she's from Denver, but she's moving back from LA, okay? And he says Megan has never been in a relationship with someone with a kid. And, he comes with more than just his kid, but his kid has a half-sister, so he definitely cannot leave Denver. And I understand that. I understand not wanting to move away. It'll mean less time with your son. Not saying that parents haven't moved away before, because if work calls for it, then you may have to make decisions then. But the man mentioned that it's 3 weeks until the wedding, and Joe is shocked. He's like, what, 3 weeks? Is 3 weeks till the wedding? Are y'all serious? Sir, do you know the show at all? Have you watched any of it? Now, Allie thought that Anton would be more outgoing. Then Anton said he is waiting on an argument. Now, they show us the girls and the guys flipping back and forth. And I'm just telling you, they're all still girls and guys in their separate groups. But I'm just telling you what each person says, okay? Anton says he's waiting on an argument. Edmund said he is scared of what's coming next. I ain't lying to you, Edmund. I'm scared too. KB says Edmund is not the alpha that she's more accustomed to, and she's more the, go get him. And I'm like, girl, I need you to relax. Jordan says he is going to expect the unexpected. Megan said she fell for the jokes and the funny, but it is a time to be serious. Well, did you get serious in the pods, Megan? Did you get serious? Okay. Annie says she can be married tomorrow and be happy. And she is nervous that she will be the one to F everything up. And the song they play is Anxiety. Y'all know the party started being real melancholy. You know that whole anxiety song that people were dancing and doing all kinds of stuff? That's the song they played. And I said, Netflix, you getting a budget to be clearing these songs. Because I know you had to pay some money for that. But it was melancholy and dreary. I'm sorry. I'm used to couples, mixers, being a little more upbeat. Annie and Nick, he feels confident about them after hearing how everybody was, having issues in their relationship. She says she's nervous and he reassures her, but she didn't want to hear, that the other men were not sure. He's like, hey, with the guys, we're just a little bit unsure. But he wants to make steps to make her and know her better. And she's like, well, make the steps you want. I love you. And then she starts pulling away. She's crying in the bed. And he's like, listen, what are we doing? I'm just telling you, I need more time to get to know you more. He still loves her. He's excited about the process. We are in a good place. She's still crying. Then she lays on him and she's like, she feel like she's all in and he's not. He's like, whoa, what are you doing? She's like, I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, Nick, whoa, where did this come from? The switch up was wild, Annie. The switch up was wild. He's like, well, what are you saying? Why are you saying this? She's like, I want you here. I don't need you here. And then she's like, I want you here. All the vulnerable. I said, ooh, yeah, she tired. She tired. He says he feels like she's trying to blow this all out of proportion. They do end up going to bed, and the song they play is like an obsession. We know it is. Nick says, don't put words in my mouth. You're looking for reasons to doubt us, and he don't like it. Madison and Joe, he is feeling so lucky that he found her. She's happy to get back to Denver, and it looks like a mask that he's trying to keep on. He's like, yeah, I'm happy to go back to Denver. Yeah. The song they play is Every Lifetime. The next day, they all get back to Denver. They move in. They get their phones back. We see them in the airport making calls. They are talking on the phone. Jordan gets a chance to call his son. All of that stuff. Everybody gets a chance to talk to their family, let them know, hey, we coming home. Now, y'all, when we get to the apartments, everybody has a moment, and here are a few of them. Why is it Edmund decides to climb into the broom closet? He climbs into the broom closet / cabinet. He takes the shelves out and he goes in. And KB humors him. She's like, you like it? I love it, dear. You go ahead. She's like, I never had this many cabinets. So I want to do this. She's like, go ahead, have your fun. Anton and Allie, they're looking at the neighbors across in the other building, sitting down there looking through the glass because they have, floor to ceiling windows, and they're looking at the people across there and making up a story about them. That could be cute or that could be cringe. I'm not sure. Megan and Jordan. Jordan says, this is more stylish than his apartment. And Megan's like, this is? I said, Megan, wait till you get to his simple abode. Why are you shocked? He said simple. He told you about the Kia. He told you about the simple stuff, okay? He says he loves that, this is our first place. It could all go up from here. I was like, okay. But she's trying to understand how he fits all his clothes and his son's clothes and everything in a one-bedroom apartment. But she's excited to search for homes with him. He's excited for her to meet the son's mom. And she cries because she's never done this before. And he said, hey, I would not have gone in the experience if this was not fine. But sir, you went on the experience without being able to financially carry another person. That's what you said. So how are you coming here saying you wouldn't have done the experiment if it wasn't fine with your son's mother and the dynamic when you can't financially sustain another person? I'm trying to understand, Jordan. So she said she wants to be a mom, but she doesn't want to overstep their parenting, Jordan's and the son's mom. She's overthinking, y'all, and she is getting herself all spiraled out. So she's like, hey, I want to just buy him stuff. He's like, no, no, no. She's like, but my love language is gift giving. He's like, don't go overboard. He's going to love it no matter the price. Is it $1? Is it $100? He going to love it the same way. But he wants his son to understand you have to work for what you want. Give him life experiences. Don't give him a Gucci backpack. These are his words. Maybe an ice cream place that has gluten-free cones. It's not about the money. It's the spending time. Now, Jordan helps her understand that his son's mom is not his mom. Don't seek her approval. They will disagree on things, okay? And they may butt heads a little bit, but that's it. But he makes a joke about, maybe the son's mom's reaction may be a little bit different, but she will still be welcoming. Okay? Now, I'm glad that Jordan has entered this with everybody knowing what's going on. I'm glad the mom knows about the Love is Blind experience. I'm glad she knows what's coming. I'm glad they've discussed this, so it's not a surprise. So he's like, I don't need approval from my son's mother. I said, daggone it, Jordan. You better tell her. He says he did not meet his son's stepfather, Jack. He didn't meet Jack before Jack even met his son. So that was a fast-moving relationship. And I'm like, are we doing a tit for tat, Jordan? But technically in the show, are we doing a tit for tat? That's all I kept thinking about. Your son's mother had someone come meet your son in a relationship real quick. You didn't even meet this significant other. Okay. Megan is concerned that she might not meet the son for 2 weeks and then marry a week later. Jordan says he will keep working at it, to accelerate the meeting, even if it's offline. And I'm like, why are you talking acceleration? Is the mother saying that, no, or is she saying not right now? What are we doing? Why do you have to work on it? I'm guessing, if I have to guess, I'd have to say the mom is probably like, I don't want him on camera, or if he's on camera, these are some stipulations. I want to protect him and us from everybody on the internet. And I don't blame her. And the song they play is Something About You. And that is the end of episode 7. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.